Well, well, well. It's Happy Friday here at the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff. It's me, Ryan McGuffey, here in the REKAP studios. Jumped the gun a little bit early there. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it. Made it to the end of a crazy week. It's Kentucky Derby Oaks Friday. We'll get to that in a little bit because I want to know your opinion on whether you are a fan of the Kentucky Derby or not. The first Saturday in May. I like the first Saturday in May just for what it represents and what's to come. It's crazy to me that we're standing here on May 2nd already. And it's like, excuse me, we're a month from June now. This is insane. And here we are. Comments pouring in. The first place Cubs are at the Brewers this weekend. And I just put it out on social as we did from Cap's account earlier. Is it a big series? I don't think it is. I thought yesterday was a nice win over Paul Skeens, when a lot of people thought, oh, you can't touch Paul Skeens. My ass. 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. He came into the game with 4 walks on the year, had 4 walks in the game. The Cubs hit 3 home runs. All 3 home runs were hit. Well, they had 4 home runs, actually. They hit their first 3 home runs while we were live on the Lunch Hour, brought to you by Hooters. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Go to originalhooters.com, our proud partners of the REKAP Lunch Hour. Happy Friday, Eric. Great series win yesterday by the Cubs. Huge series this weekend. You say huge against Milwaukee. Definitely need to take 2 out of 3 in the weekend series. Go Cubs and get the Aviators. You're right. Me and the Aviators are at odds right now, but we're certainly not at odds this week because we've turned around what was a rough week last week in the old bet of the day into a much better situation this week. Eric, as far as the Derby is concerned, I don't bet on anything, but just watching the races in general is awesome. Guff, you and your wife need to go to Churchill Downs just once to experience it in person. So Cap and I have exchanged some texts this morning, as of course we would. And I'm going to show you a picture of Cap. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture of Cap here in a minute. Cap's at the Derby. He, of all people, his favorite athlete of all time is Secretariat. Okay. He is at the Kentucky Derby for the first time in his life, which is awesome. And he's there with his wife and his brother and his sister-in-law. So I will get to that there in just a minute, but I definitely will be going to the Derby at some point. My wife included. I think it's a bucket list item for all. Maybe Breck Bear and I will get to go at some point to the Kentucky Derby. Good afternoon to the real Phil Simms. Business was handled versus Paul Skeens. Now it's time to dominate and separate themselves from the rest of the division and become serious World Series contenders. And with Sullivan gone to the Rangers, what will the Blackhawks do to make the job worth looking at? Avs Stars Game 7 tomorrow night. Who you got? I got to stick with the Avs because they were my pick to go all the way. So I got to go with the Avs. How about Denver having 2 Game 7s tomorrow night? They get Avs Stars and Nuggets Clippers. That series is just nuts. Speaking of Breck, there he is. Happy Friday to our guy. The Rockies are on a streak to be the best team in baseball. Nuggets and Avs scheduling is going to make an awesome Saturday of channel flipping for must wins. Can't wait to see you next week. Looking forward to seeing Breck. Maybe we'll be able to watch one of the 2, if not both, Denver teams advance and play in game 1 or 2 of their next series. We'll see. Terry, smash the like button. Appreciate you. Yo, what's going on, Swayze? Not a big Derby guy, but hope Cap is having fun, says OD. I was over on the test video. I was like, where's Guff? LOL, thanks for the show. Yeah, we're experimenting a few things on a test stream. That wasn't supposed to go. I appreciate you, Pablo, hopping over on the test stream. That's amazing. Becky, what's going on? I was at Olive Garden yesterday for lunch. Do they still do the soup, salad, breadsticks, all you can eat? Because that's fantastic. American Promise. Thank me after you win, says Godfather. I think I now need to put that horse in my exotics, right? I'm going to take a look. Our current odds at the Kentucky Derby. And by the way, it's down to 19 horses now. We had a scratch. Bezea is in. Sovereignty, I believe, is out. And Grande is now scratched as well. Oh, Rodriguez, not Sovereignty. Rodriguez, the 4 horse. Grande, the 10 horse. He was scratched this morning. You are saying we are going with American Promise here. American Promise currently in the 5 hole at 30-1. Oh, baby. Love the old number 5. Good game yesterday, Becky, for sure. Kyle, Happy Friday. Started my weekend early, looking to the Cubs playing at Wrigley North. Hope they can take another divisional series. Send a message that this year is different. Huge series against Milwaukee, says Carlos. It's important to set the tone. I have a friend who lives in Louisville, so he's not far from the Derby, no doubt. Hope Cap has a bonnet on. All right, Wayne, let's get to it, all right? Here, Jess is a fan, secretary of Phenomenal Horse. I enjoy the Derby. I don't gamble, but it's fun to watch. Well, hey, here's Cap. This is what Cap is in right now at the Derby as we speak. I think it's fantastic. Cap, his lovely wife, Mindy. Look at Bruce. Look at that. What a family picture. The pink pops. I really like what Bruce is going with there in the hot pink. Mindy kind of matches perfectly. But there's Cap. They got the fedoras on. There they are. They're at the Kentucky Derby at the Kentucky Oaks today. They'll be at the Derby tomorrow. He's texting me that this is a must do, and I think it's awesome. So there's back to Jess. Skeen struggled with command. You could see it from the start. You can't have issues like that against this offense. They'll make you pay, no doubt about it. Clyde's at work, and I ignore him as much as his girlfriend does. I do. Do I see the White Sox winning tonight? Good point by Clyde that the City Connect jerseys are out in full effect today. The City Connects, you see them there. They will make their debut tonight against the Houston Astros on this weekend. The old Bulls White Sox collaboration, really good point there brought up. We talked about this the other day. You know, the more I see them, they don't bother me as much. I really dig the apparel that kind of goes along with it, but they will make their debuts tonight. You're going to turn to the White Sox game and see a lot of red and be like, whoa, what am I watching here? Well, to Clyde's point, you're watching the White Sox City Connect. Swayze says, abs, baby, abs, baby. You see the cleats there, too. Those are pretty sweet. Godfather, sorry I missed yesterday. I was out scouting third baseman for the Cubs. Somebody has to do it. You're the best. Swayze, you know where I stand, dude. You know where I stand. I'm a Nuggets guy. I want the Nuggets to win tomorrow. We will see. OD likes the comment there by Godfather. There's a horse that Toby Keith loved. I'll have to take a look at that. I did see something about Toby Keith loving one of the horses that were in the Derby. So great point there by Becky. Looks like the Hawks struck out again. Now 0 for 2, starting to question who will be their coach, as it looks like Tockett is heading to the Flyers. Yeah, I mean, people are telling you how they feel about your team or vice versa. If you're saying that you're specifically looking for one guy, maybe the job's not as good as you think it is. We'll have to see what happens here. Oaks Exacta box. Oh, I'm taking a picture of this one, Lip, because the Kentucky Oaks, that's today. That Exacta box is today. Lip, I love you giving the picks already. Glad Cap and the group are having a fun time, no doubt. They all look awesome, don't they? Enjoy Cap. I'll throw it up there one more time for those just joining us. They do all look awesome. I mean, that's the way you're supposed to go to the Kentucky Derby. It looks a lot like Breck and I did about a good old 10 years ago, just down the street in Lexington. Cap does look fantastic. Totally pops. Kyle saying, we'll watch the Derby tomorrow. Always fun to see. Definitely a bucket list thing for me to experience someday for sure. And you could count me, Kyle, on that. And then there's the Derby Superfecta, the 8, the 9, the 17, and the 3. Those looking for Kentucky Derby content, by the way, we have the great Eddie Olczyk and Cap handicapping the Derby, pun intended. Edzo gives some really good insight. He's going to be part of his 11th straight NBC Kentucky Derby broadcast. So it's not like he's just picking anybody. Edzo is on the broadcast. He's got picks for the Derby. They are locked in on the channel. Go find it. It's I think I posted it yesterday on the channel. Terry, the Cubs have run the gauntlet this season. I can't remember a rougher schedule. If they had played the Mets schedule, they'd be 27-5. Becky coming in with Render Judgment, which is currently the 15. Also at 30-1. Wayne, sorry, Guff, I'm going with the Leafs winning it all. Let's go. And you know what? I think that'd be super cool for Toronto if that actually happened. Guff, as a Sox fan, can you give us a bit of a scouting report on Flexen? Here's what I'll tell you about Chris Flexen. He's not going to wow you. He's going to have some good starts, but he's going to give you innings and length, which right now, that's exactly what this Cubs team needs. He led the White Sox last year with 160 innings pitched. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but in 2025, you aren't getting a lot of dudes throwing 170 plus innings. And Chris Flexen gives you that type of look. He had a stretch. I didn't think he won. I think he set an American League record with 20 consecutive starts without a win. If you go through those 20 starts, it's a joke that he didn't have at least 5. I mean, he had some absolute gems that the bullpen coughed up in late in games. So I think Chris Flexen is going to be a good add for the Cubs. Is it a permanent thing? I don't know. Is it a bridge to the trade deadline? That's how I would look at it. Time to start putting distance between themselves and the Brewers. This series is the launch pad for it. Let's effing go, says Swayze. Cubs with a 3-game lead currently on the Milwaukee Brewers. Obviously, the Cincinnati Reds have been playing some very good baseball. That's why they went out and got Terry Francona. They are 17-15 and just 2 games back of the Cubs. Cap and family looking top shelf, says Wayne, no doubt. My Derby long shot, tis-tastic. Tis tactic. Saw him win the Louisiana Derby horse running style as a closer. Lip, just so you know, I believe that's Edzo's, the 14. Edzo is playing the 14 on top of all of his exotics. Okay. So you, my friend, have a good eye because that's what the great Eddie Olczyk is doing. Chef Paul, my man, journalism is going to be a big favorite tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. He's currently 3-1. That thing could get down to, you don't want to ever see it get down to 1-1, 5-4, like that kind of stuff. But it's very possible. Sovereignty at 5-1, Sandman at 6-1, and then from there it jumps to double digits. Also got to look at the weather because currently, this was yesterday. Yesterday I looked, and I'll take another look right now because we know the Derby forecast is that's what we always want to look at, because if it's a mud race, the mudders, you never know. Here, Louisville, Kentucky, nice and 80. A couple of showers and thunderstorms. They're going to get some thunderstorms tonight. Looking at tomorrow, 94% chance of rain now. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm into the early afternoon. Rain gear may come in handy for the Derby. So I'll lose that 71%, folks. You might want to find the long shots tomorrow. Are the Cubs in Milwaukee? They are. Big series. Clyde, they are. Noah, hope you guys are having a great day today. Appreciate you guys. Do you think the Cubs will trade their prospects for a World Series player like Sandy Alcantara or Trout? Trout is going back to the IL yet again. I in that contract he has, what do you need Mike Trout for? I mean, think about what I just said. I'm being honest. Who is Mike Trout supplanting in the Cubs lineup? I'm literally he's signed, by the way, through 2031. I can promise you with certainty the Cubs are not taking that deal on. He's owed $37.116 this year and for the next 5 years after that. There is zero chance the Cubs are trading for Mike Trout. Alcantara, different story. 2 coaches down, best available, says Godfather. Davidson hiring a coach scares the hell out of me. Flexen has a good sinker and sweeper and will battle. Look at Clyde with the wait, is race 6 the race you're giving us here? Oh, fierceness. Look at Lip is out there just shaking chomping at the bit to get us to bet some races here. I don't hate you for it, Lip. You have fierceness to win. What do you have fierceness to do? Only way Reinsdorf can get you to watch this crap is changing uniforms. And I understand, folks. I understand that the Jerry Reinsdorf thing is going to be an ongoing battle until it's not. Okay? I get it. So we'll have to see. You got the 6 to win. Fierceness to win the race. Well, let's see if I can't get that in and join you live, especially if it's going off right now. Race. Oh, yeah. 0 minutes. Churchill Downs. This is just the Oaks. I'm trying to do this while we're on the show here. I'm trying to do. Oh, they're off. Ah, dang it. I just finally got it. Just got to the race. Leg 6. Oh, wait, I don't even know. I can't do this while I'm trying to do a show, Lip. You're getting me. I hope they win, dude. Cash that thing. So then later on tonight, while you cash it, I could celebrate it with one of those Big Daddy mugs that's full of either Dos Equis, Blue Moon, or Summer Shandy. And toast to you, my friend, and all of us who have horses going in the Kentucky Derby tomorrow or later in the Kentucky Oaks. Well, I'll probably have to get that exacta in. But go to Hooters, Great place to kind of kickstart your weekend, or maybe even stop by and watch the Derby. The tender tacos melt in your mouth. The cinnamon pretzel bites, you guys know it's a McGuffey staple. That's how we finish off every one of our meals at Hooters. Shortly after, I've had wings with the mango habanero sauce. The sweet heat gets me every single time. Go to originalhooters.com to find one of the 11 Chicagoland area locations nearest you. Clyde, don't forget my people in Northwest Indiana. I got you, my man. I got you. Originalhooters.com. And of course, some of the times I like to do it, theorder.hooters.com. Put my order in, slide by, say hi to the fam, say hi to everybody at Hooters, pick up the bag, go eat at the ranch, and call it a night. Hooters, a proud partner of us here at the REKAP Lunch Hour. Well, let me know what you got. I got you on next race 7. All right, Lib, you tell me. Tell me what happens in race 6, too. I love Mike Trout, says Swayze. In fact, he's been my favorite player for the past 10 years, but it's time for him to hang him up. My guy just can't stay healthy. I don't know if I would hang it. Did you really cash that? Did you really? What were the odds? Whoa, baby. Lip Ripper coming through with a winner on the... Man, you should have got that bet in earlier, pal. You should have got that thing in earlier. That would have been a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. Nice job, Lip. Good call, my man. Clyde, I told you I got you. My horse beat filet mignon in the Porterhouse Stakes. Lip Ripper coming through on a big, big cash. Speaking of cash, let's get to let's jump this a little early today. The bet of the day, as I lose my comments here. The bet of the day. We've won 3 straight. We're back, right? Are we officially back? Aaron Gordon. I'm going to play it tomorrow night too. Take a look at Aaron Gordon's props for tomorrow night in Game 7 against the Clippers, because he's cashed his points rebounds prop in all 6 of their games in that series. Last night it was 19.5. He had 19 points. I think he had 19.5. Today, series on the line, chance to close them out. No one played well for the Warriors in Game 5. I'm sorry. Yeah, Game 5. No one played well for the Warriors. I think playoff Jimmy's come back. I think the hip contusion is a thing of the past. And playoff Jimmy at 20.5, I'm laying it. I'm laying the 20.5. I'm not laying it. I'm laying some pipe on the 20.5. I'm going over the total. I think playoff Jimmy is going to be a big reason that they close out the 2-seeded Warriors tonight. We're back up over 500 again. We're 1-0 in May. We're this week, after a rough week last week, we're back. It's a winning week. We've cashed it again. I'm on playoff Jimmy at 20.5 for sure. Landon, Cap's brother was interviewed on a horse racing show. Sounds just like Cap. Really? Yeah, he does sound just like Cap. Bruce is my guy. Good afternoon, Guff from Jay. How would you grade the job Chris Gretz has done so far? If the Bears leave for Arlington Heights, could Soldier Field be a good place for a White Sox stadium? No, because the White Sox need public funding, and the Bears aren't getting it at Soldier Field. And it makes no sense for the White Sox to move to a place where they currently don't own the place that they're at, and they would go to a place that's owned by the Park District. I don't think that's an option. As for the grade that Chris Getz has done so far, I'd give him an incomplete. I don't think I could give him an actual letter grade right now, because I just don't feel like all the assignments have been turned in. And until I actually have a better scope of this year, I need to know a lot more about some of the players they're hooking their horns to by the end of this year. And then I think I'll have a better understanding of where they're headed. But right now, I think an I would be where I'm at. 4 to 5 odds, but I need to see one go through. All right, that's fair. You went with the favorite, and there's nothing wrong with betting the favorite. The question is, can we put the favorite on top of one of the dogs? That's always fun. Do you want 2 out of 3 from the Brewers? You know where I stand, Becky. You always want to have a winning road trip, always want to have a winning series. By winning 2 out of 3 against the Pirates, if the Cubs were to lose 2 out of 3 to the Brewers, you come home 3-3 from the road. I think a 500 road record is great. In this particular instance, you're playing your own division for the first time all year. If you can go 4-2, that'd be phenomenal. My guy, Jordan. Love this man. Angels calling Trout a bone bruise. This legitimately could be a stress fracture. 8 weeks would not be unheard of here. Look at this. It seems like a doctor's opinion. Oh, wait, it is. It is. Jordan, Dr. Jordan D. Haven. I like that he leaves that off of his title. You know, he just wants to be a normal dude. But when you have that kind of information, he's the best. I love him to death. Guff brought the positivity yesterday when the Cubs played during lunch hour. Keep bringing those positive vibes, my friend. Remember when a couple of you came on here and like shit all over the Cubs yesterday? Kyle Tucker's in a funk, Paul Skeens, all this stuff. Literally, bam, Dansby Swanson, bam, Kyle Tucker, bam, Seiya Suzuki, boom, 3-2. Paul Skeens out of the game. That's how quick it was. You got to bring this is a positive energy show. We can crap on people. I'm fine with that, but come on, man. Nothing new, Clyde, to report on the transaction. Godfather, that's pretty funny. Can Mike Trout play third base? God, that beat him up anymore. They moved him to right field this year to keep him healthy and save his legs, and it hasn't really helped. USA showing the races. Lip, I'm going to have to get in there and scout. I'm going to have to get some picks from, I know Cap's down there handicapping the crap out of this stuff. So this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm getting pictures from them here as we speak. Here, this is my guy. This is my guy, me, and here, because I can't have time to load it in. This is me and Breck. Good old Breck. Look at those. Look at that. Me and Breck at Keeneland in 2013. We're kind of looking a little Capish with the colors. Look at that. Everybody look at quality. That's a young Ryan McGuffey. Trout six health coupled with constant bad teams around him makes it hurt even more. I'd rather see him at his best. Just see him play with no chance to win stinks. I totally agree. Guff, love Tenma as the Oaks winner. Might make a ticket with Tenma and journalism, winner of the Derby. I like what you're doing there. Appreciate you, my friend. Anthony, Cubs need one more ace closer to go all the way. I don't disagree. I could see the Cubs making a trade for a legitimate top-of-the-line rotation guy and back end of the bullpen guy. I think that is a very realistic thing that could happen. Appreciate you, Swayze. That was me and Breck way back. By the way, next week, the bulk of the week, I will be in Washington, D.C. Monday, we'll be right back here. But Tuesday through Friday, I'll be doing the show from the nation's capital. I'm not just because I'm on the road doesn't mean the Hooters lunch hour, the recap lunch hour brought to you by Hooters, won't be with you. We will be with you. I will be all over the place. I'm going to try to get creative. Maybe Breck Bear makes an appearance at one point. I'm not promising anything. I'm just letting you know that that's where we'll be next week, and we will continue it. Parlayed my Nuggets and Leafs winners. Lip Ripper, just keep spitting game here, man. You're giving us some big time plus. I love when Lip shares his picks. It's my favorite. Lot to look forward to. That's my bet of the day tonight. Jimmy Butler over 20.5 points to cap off. I'm trying to get a 4-1 week and 4 consecutive cashes. That would be a way to parlay us right into the Kentucky Derby tomorrow, and that would be fantastic. Full speed ahead, Guff. We don't stop. I don't stop just because I'm not in this town. There's the bet of the day. Everybody have an awesome, awesome weekend. Take care of yourselves. Have a fun time. For those celebrating the Derby, you definitely know we ride. You definitely know it, Lip. For those celebrating the Derby, have a blast. Put your winners in the chat. You know, if you win, bring them Monday. Share them with me on social. Share me your picks if you got any. Share me your pictures. If you're going to any Derby parties, you too, Lip, for sure. Let's cash OD. I am supposed to go to a Derby benefit tomorrow. Don't have a hat. It's not an excuse. I got time. We'll make it happen, and I'll get some pictures. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Oh, Godfather, throwing in the Sportsman Park. Used to go to the park at least. Godfather, send him in the socials, my friend. This has been the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. For everybody here at the Recap, have a great, great day. Have a great weekend. Remember, don't be afraid. Go to Hooters. Have a Big Daddy mug. Watch the race. Get your bets in. Pick your horses, whether it be number, color, or actual handicapping. OriginalHooters.com to find one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday.